Hello, welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, Washington, USA, and thank you for joining me today. I'm running a little special from now until November 30th. If you place a $45 order for Stampin' Up! Products on my online store, you'll be put into a drawing to win this beautiful stamp set and paper. They are brand new, unopened. So if you're interested, please place an order on my online store of $45, not including tax and shipping. And we will draw on December 1st, and the winner will be notified, and then you will be subsequently notified shortly thereafter on another video. Also, please look below for the dimensions and all the description of all the products I'm going to be using today. And let's see, oh, there is a link to my online store there. There's an email address. There's a link to my Facebook group. We'd love to have you join the Facebook group. Remember to share, like, and subscribe to YouTube. I really appreciate it. I am still trying to grow the channel in YouTube world. And let's see, I think that's about it. Oh, we are being joined in the room today by my new kittens. And the only reason they're in here is every time I close the door, they meowed so much you would definitely know they were here. So they're in the room today, so we'll see how this goes. So we'll remove this and I will show you what we're making. As usual, I've made something with old paper, and we are making this stack of Christmas boxes. Not out of this paper, of course. This was the Gleaming Christmas paper we had about 3 years ago, and some old retired ribbon. But this is what we're making now. This is a display piece. This is actually adhered to each of the boxes. The one we're making today is not going to be adhered because it is an actual gift for someone. I can't tell you what's going to be in it. These boxes will not hold a lot, but they hold quite a bit. The largest box, I'm not going to give you all the dimensions. They will be below. This is 10 inches by 4.5 inches by 1 inch high. The smallest one is 5 inches by 2 inches by 1 inch high, and they're every size in between. So give you a rough idea on the sizes. Now, I did pre-do 4 of the boxes, but I'm going to show you what I did on 2 of them. You need 6 pieces of paper, and we're using the Splendid Day paper today. I know a lot of people think this is not very Christmassy, but it screamed out to me, I want to be Christmas. So we're going for it. So you need a 12 by 12, an 11 by 11, a 10 by 10, a 9 by 9, an 8 by 8, and a 7 by 7. We're going to be working on the 11 and 10 today, and I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing. This is foil paper, and it does require a little extra scoring than regular paper. So let's start with the easy part. All of them are going to be scored at 1 inch on all 4 sides. Ooh, and stay in the track. Very important. And so we're going to score. Ooh, I'm really having a problem here. So I have little creatures running across my feet. Maybe at the end of the video I'll get one or both of them up here so you can see them. Now, your box is going to close. Let me show you one of these. This is one I've already done. This is the 8 by 8 size. Actually, let me show you the 12 by 12 because it's the same style of paper. You see how I wanted the fern type branches to come in this direction? So you have to score your the last 2 score lines going this way. If you score them this direction, this is going to be the front of your box, and that's the back of your box. So keep that in mind. If you have directional paper, where is your pieces going to go? But this is the 11 by 11, so our middle score lines are at 5 and 6. Now, this paper's foil, which makes it a little more difficult for folding into a box. But to help you along is flip it over, and you're going to score one more time. We're going to score at 1 inch on all 4 sides again. This actually makes folding the box much easier. And then the 2 center lines. I know you can't see the score lines on here, but I'm going slow so I stay inside the tracks. So it does make scoring and cutting and putting this together a little easier. Now the 10 by 10 is non-directional, so we're just going to do at 1 inch on each side. Make sure you're inside the tracks and in line. And our center lines on the 10 inch are going to be at 4.5 and 5.5. I'm going to flip it over and score these again at 1 inch, 4.5, 5.5, and the 1 inch, which is at 9, and the other side again. I know it's an extra step of scoring, but after I folded the other boxes, I realized that it was really important to do the extra scoring on these. It makes folding and burnishing so much easier. And I've left the tags on so I know which box is which, so it's just easier for me. So we're going to burnish and fold all of these. They really fold much. You have to take my word on this that they do fold much better if you double score them. Now, if you're using regular DSP that does not have foiling like this on the front page, you could just get away with one scoring is fine. That is because the foiling on this paper. There's one scored. I'm going to go ahead and score the other one, and I'll show you how to trim these up. Make sure that everybody's still square, too. This is such beautiful paper. The other side. Yeah, I did the other 4 boxes. I figured you didn't need to watch me do 7 boxes or 6 boxes when they're all put together exactly the same. It's just the measurements are different. So let me get this out of the way. Now we're going to cut. You have 3 little squares on each end, and then the 2 rectangles. We're going to be cutting into the squares. No, sorry about that. I'm not telling you no, I'm telling the kitten no. Shasta's getting into a little trouble under here. Yeah, was I let them come in, or we listen to them sit outside my office door and cry. Which my mother thinks this is quite hilarious. It's just like having 2 puppy dogs because they just follow me everywhere around the house. So, and I'm flipping, and I'm just going to cut up. And I'm doing this from the back side just because it's easier for me to see the score line than having the shiny side up in the light and reflecting back off my glasses. And if you're working under a bright light, you might discover that as well. So, is everybody getting ready for Christmas? You know, not far away. Thanksgiving's awful close. It's 2 weeks away, I believe. Yeah, 2 weeks, week and a half, something like that. Thanksgiving's getting close. And around our house, that means the start of Christmas because that's when the Christmas tree goes up. I know people put the trees up at different times. We go up on Thanksgiving is when we typically decorate our tree, and it stays up till the 2nd weekend of January, which is a long time. It's an artificial tree, so we can do that. But our main conversation lately has been how we're going to keep the kittens out of the tree. If anybody has any good ideas on how to keep kittens out of a Christmas tree, let me know. We haven't had kittens in this house in years, like 30 years. Puppy dogs, we never really worried about it. They usually don't climb trees. But I can tell you where these guys have gotten to. They are definitely going to try. So if anybody has any ideas, let me know. I would be very thankful. I'd also like to know, what kind of things do you guys do for Christmas? When do you put your trees up? What kind of special things do you do? I'm always open to new suggestions. You know, and if you want to see something made on this channel, you just need to let me know. And I will try to accommodate you as best I can. Also, I talked to somebody here about 2 weeks ago, and they did not realize I actually do go to people's homes and businesses and do live classes. I do. I'm in Vancouver, Washington, and so I pretty much cover about 150 mile radius from my home, which covers Northwest Oregon, out to the coast, Southwest Washington. So if you're in this area and you want to have a party, I've got a couple of people going to have Christmas parties with some friends, and they're going to do some crafting and make some Christmas cards. So if you're interested in that, please let me know, and we can see what we can do. Okay, I'm using glue. You can use tear and tape or Seal Plus. I would not recommend regular Seal. I tried it, didn't work too good. Now I am, instead of sitting here and holding all these corners, because this paper is slick and it takes a few minutes to dry because it is slick, I've got some paper clips. And you don't have to use coated paper clips. You can use regular ones. I just happen to have coated ones that I keep in my craft room. And I'm just going around and making sure my corners are all nice and 90-degree angles. And just putting a little paper, gluing and putting a paper clip on them, just to help speed things up a little bit. And now I'm doing the top, same thing. You've seen me put this kind of box together before. This is just a little different, and they're larger. And a different type of paper, so you have to do a little bit different. So we'll put this one, by the time we get the other one glued, these should be dried, and I'll set that off to the side. Girls, sorry about that. They're getting in a little fight here. They're sisters. So they tend to pick on each other quite a bit. I was sort of hoping they would just hear the calming of my voice and go to sleep in here, but there's just too much to explore. They've discovered the paper rack. Just before I started, I have a basket where I keep a lot of my ribbons. I had to go move that so into a position they couldn't find them, because ribbons and kittens don't go. And they're just climbing on my storage rack behind me right now. I have a big rack where I keep all my supplies, and they're climbing on it. So now we let this dry a little bit. I'm going to grab all these pieces off here before I start flinging paper around up here. And I'm going to pull these paper clips off of this. It's all nice and dry. Top goes over the bottom. And that is our nice, I'll put the label on top. That's the 10 by 10, out of the 10 by 10 piece. So this one is 8 inches across and 3.5 deep. So they're really, like I said, they're a nice size box. I think this may have sat long enough. I'm going to rush it along, so we'll see. But you can sit and glue all the boxes together like that. So let's finish building this stack. Got all the boxes here, so you can see all the colors now. And my littlest one. So I'm using all 6 of the pattern papers in this set. So we're going to start with the 12 by 12. And then the 11 by 11. So they're going to stack like this. And then the 10 by 10. I'm making sure all my fronts are pointing in the same direction. And my 9 by 9. And the 8 by 8. And there was a collision. I don't know what fell, but something did. So that's our stack of boxes. I know it doesn't look like much sitting in that direction of the camera, but we will get it turned in a minute. And I decided, you know, I love this metallic ribbon. This is the metallic mesh ribbon. I just love it. And it's so Christmassy. So what you're going to do, you need to spool off some. And you're going to go around. Now, if you're gluing this together, if you're gluing this, I would use a little bit of glue just in the middle of each of these, if it's a display piece, and hook them all together, okay? If it's not, you have to be careful. And if you've loaded it with presents, it would be easier too. But I haven't, because I can't let you see what's going in it. So you're going to wrap one around, okay? Like that. And you could go one thing, but I wanted to go clear around. So I've got one piece down. I need to pull out my ribbon this way. And I know it's getting tangled here, but I need to make sure I have enough ribbon out. Hang on. I'm going to cut this off. It's a lot of ribbon. So we've got this one down like this. I'm going to bring this up. And I know you can't see all the ribbon, but trust me, it's all there. I'm going to bring this down and this one up. I'm going to cross them on the top. And the reason I'm doing this on the top is because I need something to hold the boxes together. And when they're full of stuff, that will help. Then I'm going to come down. Because I have to pull this off screen, I'm sorry. You can see it laying on its side. Because I can't come around like that. And then you're going to come back up and make a bow, and I didn't leave enough. So I have to do a little shifting. And it takes a little bit to get this up and going, but we will get it. I want to go this direction and this direction. I'm loosening the one on the top so it pulls through. Oh, it's just being difficult. Sorry. Get that up there. I didn't think tying these without having the stuff in the inside would make that much difference, but it seems to make a difference. Let me try this again. Okay, well, I'm going to have to play with this a bit. Let me give me one more shot at this. Give me one more shot, and then you will see the ending. We'll go underneath here. I got to make sure. There's a lot of ribbon here, guys. It's about 4 feet of ribbon, maybe 5. So we're going to come up this direction this time and twist it. And you know what we could do? Let's just do it this way. Get these all lined up in here. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to go one side and I'm going to make a knot. I'll show you a different way, because this does need to be snug. There, that's one way. Let's just do 2 pieces of ribbon. It will be easier. Flap that there. Use 2 pieces. If you're not attaching the boxes together, use 2 pieces. Make your life easier. I know, you're seeing my hand up close with lots of ribbon. I'm going to pull this one back through to this side. I know you guys are all just laughing watching me tie this, aren't you? I'm one of these people, if I can't get it, I will find a way to do it. And we've got this here. Now it's not going anywhere. Like I said, you get something in here to have some weight to hold it, that will help. Snugly down. This is okay. I like big floppy bows, so we'll have a double bow. We'll make one bow here. I will flip this on the side so you can see it. One big bow there. We'll have another bow over the top. And keep in mind, I get to pull this apart and stuff it yet. So I get to tie this again. So I do need to trim a little bit of this. I like big trains on my bows. It would be nice if I could have stuffed this, but I can't. Because I'm afraid the person see what they're getting for Christmas, and I don't want that. So anyhow, that is my big Christmas box. For lots of things, they're going to one person for Christmas. So I want to thank you for joining me. I think if you try this, you'll love it. Like I said, you get a little weight in there, or if you're using, like I said, on the other one, they're actually glued together because it's a stationary piece. Actually, I made that piece last year for my Christmas tree. So, you know, it's very nice. I think this is pretty. I mean, this screams, all the shimmeriness and stuff just shows Christmas. So, as I said, at the end of the show, I would show you one, or possibly 2. This little girl here. She's not going to look up in the camera. There she is. This is Smokey. She's the tinier of the 2, and she doesn't like being in camera. And the other one is Shasta. And Shasta's hiding under my desk. So she's also camera shy. So I'm sure they'll be back on for more videos when, you know, they get a little bigger and they can figure a way how to climb onto my desk. But not yet, thank God. So I'm glad. Thank you for joining me. And sorry about the little mishap of tying the bow. But you can wrap it, do the swap if you want, or just tie it both directions and have double bow, which I think looks very nice too. So have a nice day, and I will see you next time. And thank you for joining me. Remember, like, subscribe, and share, and help me grow this in YouTube world. Thank you. Goodbye.